Hey there, guys. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All, and I am going to be doing this reading for Capricorn. Now, I want to make sure that I do these for Capricorn and Libra at the very least. Reason being is because I'm fairly certain that there's a lot of Libras out there that are with Capricorns, and well, the past, I think it was a year and, well, back in December 2021, there would have been some major changes for both Capricorn and Libra, and just recently for Capricorn and Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's see what we have here. Today, I will be doing the spread that I normally do, and I will be using 4 decks actually, instead of instead of 3. So, you guys are going to have a pretty fun reading today. As far as the readings go, doing them a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more fluid. Not really trying to, I guess, guess. Or not really guess. I would say, what's the best word? What I'm planning to do with this reading is just to go under the same thing that I've been doing before, right? Still use the CBT wheel. However, I'm going to lay down all the cards before I do anything else. So from there, that's going to be the one of the different things. I guess consider it the 20 out of the 80, or the 20/80 portion of the 20/80 rule. And so let's see. Trying to remember what I used to do, and I believe it was these cards first. So almost did that backwards. See, it's been a while, guys. So bear with me. Now I might have to change that camera angle too, just so you guys can see the cards better. So yeah, change the camera angle a little bit, and put you guys a little higher. Alright, perfect, cool. That is awesome right there. So you first, and then you guys. Alright, so one of the things that I'll do, that I did before, is I'll go ahead and shuffle the cards, see what the card is on the bottom, try to get an idea of what the energy has been for at least the last 2 weeks, because it's been a while since I did any readings for anything. So let's see what we get here. Just right off the bat, I feel that there's a lot of things that are being let go right now by Capricorn. So Capricorn, one of the things that you're meant to do at this point in time is to be sure of yourself. That's one of the things that I know in my own life has been playing out quite lately. Know yourself, trust your intuition, move forward with your intuitive movements, and that kind of thing. And let's see what we get for this first card. Alright, so Nelly's the Alchemist in the reverse. Alright, give me 1 second, guys, but I will be talking. So, here's the thing about Nelly's the Alchemist. If you really pay attention to that card, Nelly's the Alchemist is actually a card that talks about creation. But if you take a look at this card right here, and you just take a look at it, just in general, right? You know what? Let me turn on this light real quick too. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this card right here just so you guys can take a look at it. Actually, you know what? That is, well, no. Let's be ingenuistic, I don't know what the word is. Okay, so, I'm just doing a little bit of things here. Alright, so, here we go. This is something new that I haven't done before, but let's go. So, Nelly the Alchemist, according to the book, has a lot to do with manifesting things. It has to do a lot with creation. But this is this is a type of creation that's made out of understanding who you are first off, and then also making the positive choices that you know you need to make, Capricorn. So going over here, and those are actually the things that lead to happiness too. So let's go to number 27 to find out what we can learn. Now, interchange and transformation is also one of these things about this card that the book talks about, and it's an irrevocable change. Like, this is a change. This change, whatever this change is one of those things that you could say. Well, the saying goes, "You'll never be the same again." So whatever's going on right now, and whatever it is that has to do with your own personal power, something that has to do with building yourself slowly but steadily, because 727 has been a number that has popped up quite a bit to me. Might just be a personal message, but I kind of feel like a lot of you Capricorns out there may have been seeing that number as well. Also, along with that number, I would say that more than likely you guys have been seeing 272 as well. The 727 and the 272 energy, it's pretty much it's not a stop and go as much as it is a build and then assess and then build and then assess again. That's the kind of energy that the 727 272 split is showing you. Now it kind of reminds me of a dipole, a dielectric convergence and divergence at the same time. This is what magnetism is. This is the kind of energy that you encompass when you start to live your actual true life, your skill, what you're meant to do. So, for instance, for me, I'm meant to do this, but I know that I'm meant to do this because of various different aspects of my life that have lined up for it. But a lot of that had to do with understanding the flow. Okay, so understanding flow, being aware of things, right? Understanding what you're looking at, right? And these things are important just simply because of the fact that if you don't see the opportunities and you're not aware of them, you're not going to go after them. Now, in fact, here's the thing. Okay, so these three cards right here popped up, well, literally popped out of the deck. This one's the first one that I laid my eyes on. So whatever this has to do, you're walking away from something that was no longer fulfilling you on the emotional level. There wasn't an equal give and take, so go figure, right? And then at the same time, there's something that you're still holding on to as well. I hope it isn't, you know what, Capricorn, I hope it isn't the idea that, well, whatever ideas you've had in, let's say, a past relationship, right? Or let's say in a past job, let's say in a past business, you know, like whatever it was that you were just in, or because I feel like you're in the middle. Chris from Middle Pond Tarot, he described it as Capricorn entering a vulnerability phase, and this vulnerability phase, he put it simply as a crab without a shell, or a crab moving from one shell to another. There's a time of vulnerability there. And so this is what I feel you're walking away from, right? Because, I mean, whatever it was that caused this change to happen is what you're walking away from, obviously due to this. Whatever you're holding on to, make sure that it's something positive. Make sure that it's the lessons that you learned in them and not actually the negative emotions and negative aspects and, you know, things like that. See, look at it. He's letting go of emotions, obviously, but he's holding on to something physical. Some of you guys I might feel are holding on to something physical, assets, a house, a vehicle. I don't know, maybe just holding on to something like that. Now, This could be what you might need to let go. Maybe whatever it was that was created in that was not balanced. Um, Obviously, when something's not balanced, and there can't be a proper price or proper amount that you could say was put into it, that can off balance you. You might get less than you actually put in. Oh, well, what about that? That's another one. I feel like you may have put in emotionally, right? Maybe not so much physically because these pentacles are reversed. But whatever was traded, whatever was traded wasn't of equal value. So for some of you Capricorns, you may have put in a lot of money, but actually, you know what? No, this actually seems pretty clear. So a lot of you Capricorns may have put in a lot of emotional energy. That's not something that you normally do, but I feel that a lot of you conscious Capricorns have been doing that, while the unconscious Capricorns have been pouring in a lot more resources, and that's actually technically what we're known to do is give our time, give our energy, give our resources, whatever those resources might be, and for any of us, that's our time and our happiness, right? So this is what I feel here. Now, this card right here is letting you know that there's new opportunities coming for you. Now, one thing that I read before I actually did this reading was Saturn in Pisces. Now, Saturn is obviously the ruler of Capricorn, and Pisces itself is a sign of like emotions, digging deep, and that kind of thing. Use your intuition to dig deep into the collective subconscious because that will help you throughout the rest of this month and then moving into the month of April. April being the sign of Cancer. This is where you learn to find out what you truly value and what you actually like, what you feel you can trust and what you feel you can actually pour into. That's one of the keys to the Cancer because Cancer is very emotional, but Cancer is the fourth sign, and Cancer is always trying to build stability. And of course, with the moon right behind those cards, it definitely has something to do with a bi uh, dual polarity type of thing going on here. It just seems to pull more on these two. So we're gonna keep these in mind. We're gonna keep the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, and then of course the Six right in the middle. So I'll go ahead and put these right back here, and then I'll go ahead and draw a. More on that here in a second, guys. More on that. Hold on one second. All right. Oh. Okay. I'll put this right here. All right. Here we go. Oh wow. Hello. What's that? Why are you calling me on Messenger? Well, because I am in the middle of a reading right now. Oh. Yes, ma'am. Vans? Oh, they don't have. Well, do they have any laces there? Oh. Um. Yeah, get those. I'll try them out. 8 or 8.5, whichever ones you find. Well, cause I'm 8. Well, these ones are 8.5s, and they fit me just about fine. So I'll say 8.5. Just do it. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. So. Alrighty. So. All right. That's what I was gonna. Oh, look at that, and the raccoon's still right there underneath. Okay. So. That was taken care of. I want to deep dive into this card here. Now, interesting story was that last night I went to Dee Dee's, and I went to Dee Dee's with my fiance and 2 of my kids. Now, when I was over there, I found this little piggy bank. It was a money bag. Apparently, my intuition was drawn to it, so I was like, okay, cool. You know what? This money bag actually has the it has the idea in mind of what I had planned, and so I got it right. $5.99, cool beans, right? Very small amount of money to spend for an investment that is going to come out of it fairly well. And while I was over there, I seen a couple of other things. I seen a lion, glittery lion, a lion with a crown on it, but it was both of them were gold, but that second one with the crown wasn't glittery, and then a peacock. So what really stood out to me the moment that I seen that peacock was, what is your inherent value? And also, not just what is your inherent value, but what do you bring to the table that other people don't see? Now, of course, once you do that, you got to do that in a way that doesn't bring up your ego, because the ego can be activated quite a bit when you ask yourself that question. And the inherent value has to come from what it is that you do and what it is that you stand for, your beliefs and your ethics. But the peacock, it understands it's a valuable creature, and it understands it's a valuable creature because the energy itself allows us to read between the lines. The energy of air, as far as this peacock goes, allows us to understand what it is that we're really truly understanding about ourselves, and also it really it's really calling us to take a look at ourselves and cast an eye on ourselves to find out what we can do to make ourselves more valuable. And of course, with the raccoon right there at the bottom, like, you've got skills and abilities that make you very, very talented, but it also makes you a very, very valuable individual. So there's that. At this point in time, I would say that it's necessary for you to walk the walk the physical path with the spiritual aspects behind them, because what ends up happening is that with Saturn in Pisces, people don't want to really hear about spirituality. However, if your spirituality is grounded specifically here in the universal laws that we know exist here on the macrocosm, then your spiritual information, your spiritual guidance, and everything that's associated with spirituality when it comes from you is going to be very, very useful to others, and they won't be able to say otherwise, honestly. Okay, so I like that. That gave me some pretty good background information. Now, a little bit more on Nelly the Alchemist. When you get Nelly the Alchemist in the reverse, I feel like you're getting in the way of your own manifestation ability, Capricorn. So we'll see how that happens. We'll go ahead and and find out what this is. Ooh, I'm very excited. And let's see. By the way, if I do draw any major arcana, I'm probably gonna put it right here so that you guys can see it. See what play that has in this reading. All right, so here we go. Sorry for taking 20 minutes of your time, but I had to get some background information. After this reading for Capricorn, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm just gonna be jumping right in. I just had to familiarize myself with the energy that was going on. Okay. Conscious and unconscious Capricorns, you can all benefit from these right here. And this is Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon, Capricorn sun, and Capricorn descendant too. That's a big one. People don't really think about the descendant, but if the descendant really does truly express how we feel, then being a Capricorn descendant, no matter what your sign is, will make you very Capricorn-like. All right, let's see what we draw here. You know, while I draw these cards and I place them down, what I will do is I will go ahead and let you guys know that there's changes going on, and these changes, as you can see, are very haphazard and scattered. However, what ends up happening is that in some way, shape, or form, it always works out the way that it needs to work out. So we'll go ahead and do that. Love this stuff, specifically the Super Brain one. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and draw some actually, you know what? This right here, collection of pixies in the reverse. Yes, that actually does describe somewhat of a getting in your own way, or the energy is not working in a proper manner, so it's actually working against you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw another set of cards for these, because I'm just being intuitively guided to draw more. So we'll go ahead and do 2 of them here, so that we can see more or less what we're dealing with. And then from there, we'll go ahead and see what the reading. Okay. So 2 cards that came out face up, out of all the ones that came out face down, is Epona's Wild Daughter and the Journeyman in the reverse. Alright, so what I'm getting here is, and this is just spot information, this is not really like anything that's going to go into the reading itself. The reason why there's no new things beginning for you, Capricorn, is because there's certain fears that you got to get over. Epona's Wild Daughter, it talks about fears that we might feel that cause us to basically hang our head in shame, or hang our head in fear, hang our head in despair. However, if you really think about the influences of, if you really think about the influences of a lot of the different energies that we feel, then we start to understand that new journeys require for us to comfort and soothe ourselves. This comforting and soothing is not a form of weakness per se. However, what it is a method by which we can actually make ourselves happy. All humans, we've been endowed, I guess the proper word would be endowed, with certain skills that allow us to redirect our emotions, to redirect our energies. And the redirectance of this energy is actually what causes us to cause new beginnings to form. And what ends up happening is, as these new beginnings tend to form, what ends up happening is a new beginning. So there you go. I didn't even need to like go through that whole spiel, but spiel. Jesus, what is up with all these cards flying out? I need to clean my floor before I start getting more cards flying out. Sheesh. Alright, so yeah. There's an ability to make a judgment, or obviously if the forward movement is not possible. So alright, let's see what we get here. Oh, okay, so, and don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you want more, and also, I would say that if you guys are looking to connect, go ahead and comment down below, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a message, I'll go ahead and check out your channel as well, and so that we can collab and see what we could do, because you know this world is headed in a pretty dark direction, and we have the ability to change that and to move it into the opposite direction. So I say that we should actively be trying to do that. Alright, the hangman in the upright. Yeah, so you know the hangman. Major Arcana, right? The hangman in the reverse says that you've already learned whatever it is that you need to learn, Capricorn. And in having learned what you needed to learn, it's time to move forward now, because in essence, well, you know, it's like Chris from Middle Pontero says, you're overqualified, Capricorn. You're overqualified, you've got all the skills, you've got all the talents necessary in order to make things happen. And I almost feel, Capricorn, like a lot of you are waiting for the message. You guys are waiting. You guys see the pattern, but I feel like you're waiting for a message. And whatever this message is the message that's going to get you started, right? It's going to get that foot up and going, right? And okay, so then let's see. So I feel like some of you are too observant in what? Well, that's the earth element. So I feel like, okay, so the message that came through right now was, what does the fox say, right? What does the fox say? Well, I think that's what you're asking. It's like, well, what does the universe say, right? But I don't think you're hearing the universe with this card in the reverse. But let's see. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you have been calling out. You've been calling out, and then you're like, hey! I need an answer to this. That's technically what you should be doing, but what I feel a lot of you Capricorns are doing is, hey! Hey, what was that thing that I was telling you about the other day? Huh? Get what I mean? That's the kind of energy that I've been getting. It's like, you call out to the universe for an answer, and then in some way, shape, or form, you know, the universe comes back with an answer, but I don't think you're interested. Because with this card in the upright, it's like you're focused, it's like you're looking, you're like that. With this one, it's like, so distractions. That's what's coming to mind, distractions. These distractions aren't leaving you feeling like the top wolf, obviously. So let's see what we could do, Capricorn. Let's see what we could do to change this dynamic. I know one of the things is action, obviously. But let's see what else this reading brings out. And then from there, we'll go ahead and draw an advice spread. And I have the perfect advice spread for you guys. So let's go ahead and go into the realm of the thoughts. Okay. Oh, all right. This is interesting. All right. So, hmm, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Um, okay. So, Capricorn, in the thoughts section, I know you understand the universe is trying to get a hold of you. I know you understand that the universe is. I feel like you feel that the universe should be sheltering you like this, but nothing has ever come out of comfort other than more comfort, right? So I feel like you need to get out of your head. You need to get out of yourself. You need to get out there and do you, Capricorn. Now, I feel that a lot of you have been feeling like things haven't quite been adding up. Obviously, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse when I was trying to draw up on past energy was showing that there was an equal give and take. Now, I feel that in whatever situation it was that you were dealing with before, you decided, hey, you know what? No, I am not going to give resources to that because I have a better vision in mind. And so, because of that, I feel like you kind of cut yourself off from universal information because now you're not operating in love when you do that. And the whole point of this experience is to experience, but experience in love. And when you are not working with the energy of love, you are not going to be receiving the, I don't even want to call it rewards, I would say the boon of plenty that comes from love. So, when we go to the thoughts, I feel like the most important section is the feelings. And as the feelings kind of, well, okay, the thing that I say is you look at a situation happened, your reaction to it was what you reacted to it, obviously. And then, if you take a look at why the situation occurred, it was because of certain lessons that you had to learn or certain things that you didn't learn in the past that were prerequisite to whatever this situation is. And so when you don't learn whatever the lesson is, the energy is just going to build up and it's going to build up. And that's where your Seven of Pentacles energy is coming from. But the feelings that evolve and the feelings of, the feelings that you get from a situation, that's what hits you first. The vibrations come in, then your mind takes those vibrations and creates it into something physical that your world, or that you can notice, that you can see, that you can measure. And then from there, whatever stimulus is coming in is translated, is sent down to the heart, where the heart goes ahead and it matches whatever the vibration is if necessary, and then action. So if you really think about it, action is the third part, the thoughts are usually the second part, and your feelings, well, your feelings usually are the first to resolve themselves before your thoughts even resolve themselves too. A good example is how you can be with people in relationships where the give and take is not equal, but yet you're still there, right? You still have feelings for them. Even though you might be over them here, you still have feelings for them there. And only once these two things start to make their presence felt, the thoughts and the emotions no longer lining up, does actual physical action take place. So if we're thinking on this aspect that, the universe, we've called out to the universe for help, and we've called out to the universe to see what the universe could do to help us. Well, the universe is saying, hey, I've done everything that I could to help you. You know everything you need to know. You can trust your intuition now. Now it's time for you to resolve your feelings. So let's go. Five of Swords. Five of Swords could be a card of victory. So if you really battle whatever it is that you're feeling, Understand that the wheel itself cannot turn until you resolve those feelings. Then we go over to the feelings. To the cards of the emotions and stuff like that. You're preventing a transformation from happening. Nelly the Alchemist was a very, very telling card when it was saying that there's inner transformation and irrevocable change that was happening. There is irrevocable change that can happen and is happening, but you have to be honest with yourself, Capricorn. It's the biggest thing. Be honest with yourself and your feelings, and being honest with yourself in your thought space is just like that. Just gets taken care of just like that. Now, I feel very much you haven't been hearing the energy of the universe. You haven't been feeling the energy of the universe and the solutions because you're distracted. Granted, there's a lot of things going on, Capricorn. A lot of you guys probably have families you got to take care of and that kind of thing. However, if you're going to give a message to the universe and you're going to ask for help, it's very necessary that you actually pay attention for whatever answer comes in. And pay attention to whatever answer comes in from any aspect. Doesn't have to be just communication, doesn't have to be just finance, it doesn't have to be just whatever. Doesn't even have to be just a new beginning. Like, there is an intuitive sense that you know that on the physical level, by trusting your intuition, being honest with yourself obviously helps in trusting your intuition a lot better. You're going to understand how relationships work, right? I feel like this is a relationship trainer. Whatever you're going through right now is a relationship trainer, and anything that you've seen, anything that you've intuited from all of your relationships, from your businesses, business dealings and that kind of thing, I feel like that all of that is going to illuminate you to the idea of how to set up proper partnerships and proper even just proper even proper intimate relationships. And who knows, you might be building proper relationships on a lot of different levels. There's a very, very big sense of understanding what's going on, not just what's going on, but understanding you have the full scope of knowledge. Like, this right here, you know what this is telling? Okay, if I base this just off general energy, your relationships are based off of movement from your intuitive notions. Whatever it is that comes to you intuitively, take action on it. There's no need to think about it anymore, unless it's something new. What this tells me in relationships is, you know what needs to be done, and now it's time to stop bullshitting, right? Because whatever this relationship is being divinely guided, and now what you need to do is move in the direction of understanding your intuition and using that intuition to guide you towards the various things that are going to make your life that much more better. Then we go over to these cards here, which are the Fairies Oracle. And the Lady of the Harvest, when she comes up, especially with the Bodacious Bodak in the reverse, there's going to be certain actions that you take. And these actions are going to be based off of whatever this information that the universe is presenting to you. This information can come in the form of a human. This information can come in the form of a thought. This information can come in the form of, just letters on a billboard, numbers. Be on the lookout for messages from any typical, not just any typical source, but any atypical source that you normally wouldn't get messages from. The Bodacious Bodak is one of those cards that he tries to apply helpful fixes. A lot of the times his fixes cause more errors, right? But in the sense that he's upside down and that you have the and you have that page of the Page of Swords, you're on the lookout. As distracted as you might be sometimes, you're on the lookout. I know you are. You're looking out for your harvest, right? You're looking out for your three of wands. And the Bodacious Bodak, once he actually understands the pattern, I was mentioning something about a pattern earlier. That's when this energy pops up, but in the upright, and also you'll have that shark energy pop up as well. Okay, so I want to go ahead and draw some playing cards. And I want to go ahead and see what can help between the fluidity of all three aspects. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and draw two cards, and I'm just going to place them on each little offset side. Excuse me. So we've talked about being honest with oneself, right? And we've talked about understanding that transformation and whatever this harvest is based off of that. Whatever this fix is that the Bodacious Bodak is getting right, whatever it is that you're getting right now, Capricorn, dealing with yourself, your the honesty to yourself, and then of course, obviously, the movement of transformational energies and the spinning of the wheel is what's going to lead you to this Ten of Pentacles that I see right here. But I feel like also in this, you're going to be gaining a lot of power, well, a lot of self-confidence, I should say. A lot of self-confidence and a lot of movement to really get the things that you want. Because when the shark knows what it wants, it's going to go for it. And with both of those cards on the upside down, I feel like you don't quite exactly know what you want, but I feel that in some way, shape, or form, your intuitive pushes are pushing you into that direction of where you actually do need to go. And by trusting your intuition, you're going to end up where you need to go anyways. Alright, so, the Ace of Clubs. Now, the Ace of Clubs reminds me of the the Ace of Pentacles, so that's a very good thing. Okay, go ahead and put this here, and then I'll put this here. Alright, so, Capricorn, I feel like if you can get over those feelings of apathy, the feelings of depression, feelings of anxiety, being more certain with the uncertain, that I feel like that's gonna help. And by that, I'm gonna go ahead and flip over these cards. You got the Three of Diamonds and the Four of Spades. So, Four of Swords. A lot of what will help you within your feelings and your thoughts sector is getting yourself some rest, obviously. But it's also let's see. Spades, swords, earth, heart. Okay. Three of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was just thinking about the Three of Wands too. So if you think about it, the stability that you build by giving yourself rest and give yourself relaxation, time to recover, or doing the things that you know will make you a squared away individual. It has a lot to do with the harvest that you're thinking about, this harvest that you're waiting for. Now, a Three of Wands, in a sense, is waiting for a harvest. So, whatever it is that you have been doing, keep doing it. Except, I would say, be less distracted and be more focused. That's one thing that'll help. In terms of your thoughts and how to best align your thoughts to your actions. Okay, so the Ace of Cups. So in terms of your emotions and in terms of your thoughts and your actions, there is a necessity for understanding that change is a constant, right? Five of Wands. But at the same time, the Five of Wands in and of itself is a card of training. They're not necessarily fighting, not like they are in the Seven of Wands, but they're more or less training when it comes to the Five of Wands. Fives are about change, though. So there's necessary changes that need to happen in the thought section that will translate themselves into the physical sector. And then, of course, the changes in the physical sector will help you to understand what else needs to be changed, not just in the physical sector, but also in the emotional sector as well. The Ace of Cups. Whenever you get the Ace of Cups, there's a necessity for you to understand that this energy of love, it comes from the universe, so it's divinely guided, and so long as you're divinely guided, your cup is always going to be full. But it has a lot to do with these two cards, is following your intuition. That's the only way that you're going to actually increase the love that you feel from the universe. And at the same time, with the Five of Wands, like if you train yourself to if you train yourself to control your thoughts, in the sense that you do it much like a crow, where a crow, it will not eat and it will prevent itself from going after a treat if it knows it's going to get a better treat. So think about that, Capricorn, for a second. I know this isn't a crow, this is actually a nightingale, but I mean, just think about that for a second. A crow will remember you and will fly over you and take a poop on you, will tell all its other friends what you did to it, and all their friends will come over and poop on you too. They remember up to their third generations, it seems. That they'll teach their children, and even their grandchildren will learn to have some type of grudge against you. So what am I saying here? The idea is, if you operate in love, and you train yourself to operate in love, what ends up happening is these new beginnings, first off. But the second, the most important part is that you will receive your harvest, and whatever the harvest is going to be at least 3, 7, or 10 times as much as the energy that you put in. Let's see. Let's go ahead and so Queen of Swords and King of Swords. So in terms of your feelings and your actual, your actual actions, I would say that in order to bring yourself more to this energy right here, as opposed to this energy here, Capricorn, there's a necessity to first connect with other people intellectually. Don't. What makes a couple a couple? Or what makes a good partnership a good partnership? There's equal balance of the energy. There's an equal balance of feminine and masculine energy. And in order for you to align your feelings with your actions, your thoughts, and where your thoughts go, have a lot to do with the balance of your energy. So, balancing your mental energy, both having the feminine ability to contemplate what it means to compromise, but at the same time, understanding what it means to hold your own ground. It seems to be a message that's coming through. Swords obviously have a lot to do with intelligence, but the sword suit, from what I've learned, swords are double-edged. So sometimes the knowledge that you gain can actually hurt you. And what's coming to me is sometimes too much information can hurt you. I don't know if you guys have heard of the phrase analysis paralysis. What this is saying is, don't get stuck in that. Because when you get stuck in analysis paralysis, when in terms of your thoughts, your feelings and your actions can't align, because your thoughts may be telling you one thing, but your feelings are telling you another thing. Your actions are going to be a mixture of those two. So there's a necessity for you, Capricorn, to align your thoughts. And at the same time, as you align your thoughts, that gives you the ability to move forward and actually be more focused. There's a necessity for more focus. If I can't stress that enough, then I will stress that here and now. There is a necessity for focus, so make sure you keep that in mind. Saturn energy is very prevalent here. And I feel like your energy may go down a little bit. Not to say that you'll feel tired or fatigued or whatever, but I feel like the passion is dying down a little bit, probably because of this idea of not being able to focus. But the right way to go about it would be to understand what your mentality is, right? Balance your mind, balance your feminine and your masculine energy, and as you start to do that, your intuitive feelings will guide you quite a bit. And of course, when you think about that masculine and feminine energy, your feminine energy is more intuitive, it's more subtle, it's more into line with right here. And when you think about the king, well, the king has to take action in order to make sure that the kingdom is running as it should. So that's the action portion of this. Um, these people here cannot be happy and cannot be celebrating what it is that they're celebrating if they don't have structure in their lives. They cannot be doing this and they cannot enjoy the luxuries of life if there is no rest and recuperation. So, that being said, there is a necessity to rest and relax. And I would even go so far as for some of you Capricorns to rest and relax your mind. It's not very often that a Capricorn overthinks things, but I feel that in some way, shape, or form, there is some sense of overthinking. Uh, like there's a weight on your mind, and whatever this weight on your mind is has to do a lot with freedom. But the funny thing is that you can find freedom wherever it is that you are without even having to change anything in your reality by just changing something here. So, okay, so this does have to do a lot with relationships. Relationships are going to be a big factor. Having patience in your relationships is going to be a big factor. And actually, having patience with your thoughts is going to come from your feelings towards your relationships. It also has to do with, I believe, how you have fun with your relationships and how the ability to happen onto new things or maybe even to connect with others, by having fun in your relationships. And even searching for knowledge might actually help you, Capricorn, because with that, when you start talking to others and you share information, you learn as well. So get out there, Capricorn, do things, and you'll see the positive benefits. So the number guiding you right now is 6, although the energy that I'm seeing right now is 9. And so 9 has to do with personal happiness. 9 also has to do with being a humanitarian. So if you have any skills or talents or abilities that allow for you to help other people, do them. Whether you get paid or not, doesn't really matter. Just do it. The universe will reward your not just your actions, but it will reward your emotional stability and all of that through it as well. The sixes, most people don't ever really think about sixes as numbers of love, but sixes are connected to the physical plane of the universe, and then at the same time, sixes are very materialized and very grounded. And at the same time, well, there has to be something here on this physical world that you can do, at least one thing that can make you happy. And I would say go ahead and do that, Capricorn, because as you make this decision to do the things that make you happy, even if it's just one thing every week that you add or one thing every month that you add, what ends up happening is that you end up having all of the things that you like to do all gathered up into one big bundle of a day. And I mean, that's when you're really truly the happiest, right? So finish. Finish on completing things you haven't completed. If there's something that you're working on, Capricorn, finish it, put it out. Right now, the universe is asking you to do it because there's others that will benefit from it, but then it cycles itself around and it comes back around to you again. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's huh. Yeah. Be prepared for changes. There's a lot of changes that are going on. At this point in time, I feel like a lot of you Capricorns are going to be very resourceful at this time. So that's a very positive thing. And for that, I will say you guys focus a lot more on moving forward with your passion. This is going to play a very, very big role in the future for you. And just be cognizant of what's going on. Just be, find ways to allow yourself to be honest with yourself in a way that you don't beat yourself up for it. Okay? And I believe that will help you. So for those of you who like this, go ahead and hit that like button. For those of you who aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more of this for you. And also, if you guys are interested, I'm going to be building a masterclass, and this masterclass has to do with teaching astrology, teaching tarot cards, teaching numerology, and various different other divination methods that I've come to learn since the last readings that I've done. So, with that being said, if you guys are interested, go ahead and comment down below. I want to see how many people are interested in this, and more than likely, the the classes themselves will be pretty cheap. I was thinking $7.77. That's pretty cool for a master class that'll teach you the skills and talents that you need to know, not just to help yourself out, but even to help others as well. And it also helps to open up your intuitive abilities, which allow you to make better choices in life. And I mean, what could be better than that, right? So, with that being said, I will go ahead and let you guys go. And for all of you who are looking to get a reading, go ahead and message me right here as well. You can go ahead and message me at David Jesus Barroso on Messenger. I will go ahead and answer your messages there as well. You can also find me on Alignable. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to my Alignable page there so that you guys can also see what's going on there. And Alignable itself is actually a pretty decent little thing. I'm still getting the hang of it as well, but I haven't been using it very much. However, I do see that it could have some pretty good effects. I'll say probably even better effects than what LinkedIn has done for people. So, with that being said, I hope you guys can take care. I hope you guys gained answers from this. And I feel like as we continue this journey, that we will not just make things better for ourselves, but we will also make things better for those around us. And I feel like that's the proper goal, right? We want to make things better for those around us. So take care, guys. I will see you on the next video, which will probably be pretty close to the first. And I can't wait to see you guys there. So I'll see you guys on the next video, Capricorn specifically, and Libra. I will see you for the more recent video that's going to be coming up soon. So stay tuned. Hit that notification bell so that you can get the notification of the videos once they pop out. And I will see you on that next one. Take care, and you guys have fun.